Hello there. So I am seeing a boy in less than 24 hours. And this is my current situation when my Instagram looks like this. So basically I'm giving catfish. So I have this talent where I'm able to glow up at home for free without spending a single cent with everything that I have at home. So before my date tomorrow night, we are going to be getting a lot of things done. I'm going to show you everything that I am going to do so that I will not be catfishing tomorrow. But first of all, let's put on some contacts so that I can actually see. What's on the menu for today, for tonight, is I'm going to actually shower. I'm going to do a full body shave. I mean, not full body. I'm just going to do my underarms and legs. Then we're going to do eyebrow lamination, and we are going to be doing lash clusters tomorrow. Well, first we're going to get a really good night of sleep, and then tomorrow we're going to be doing a gym session. I'm going to be doing this hair gloss. Then I'm going to be doing a full Dyson blowout and a full makeup and outfit transformation. Oh, and then obviously we can't forget about the full nighttime skincare. I am going to go to bed looking like an oily, glazed, shiny donut because I want to wake up super moist. So let's get in the shower. We're gonna shave and do a full body scrub. So we're gonna put on a little mask. I don't think I've tried this yet. I'm only gonna leave it on for a little bit and then do the rest of my skincare. This is gonna be left on for, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes. So let's go play with my dog. Hi, Bubbles, what are you doing? Does mommy look scary? Bubbles, do you think mommy looks pretty yet? Hi. I don't really think he cares. Hello from down there. So while we're waiting for this to dry, I'm going to go in and use this magic body cream. I got it as a gift recently and it's just like so soft. So we're gonna do that, and I just don't want to flash you. It's been 15 minutes. Let's remove this. Very, very shiny, but I do feel like my skin feels way more plump. I should have put this on before. Well, that was chaotic. My camera fell, so I'm just gonna finish my skincare here. Since we are doing brow lamination and eyelash clusters today, I'm not gonna go too close to either one and kind of clean them off later. So we are doing the Estee Lauder Night Repair. I love this serum. I feel like I don't have super sensitive skin, but one time I got burned by a chemical peel when I went with a friend who also has like normal skin and she didn't get burned. This is literally what I looked like. So I've transformed my skin from this to this. I can do a full breakdown in another video, but that would just take too long on everything that I did to go from looking this insane to looking pretty sane. Gonna go in with an under eye cream. This is where it gets the most dry for me, and I just kind of like rub upwards. I also don't really want it on the lashes. Gonna go in with this Time Reverse Cream. As you can see, I use like a lot of product when it comes to night. I don't use as much during the daytime, but I want all of this to just like seep in. In between layers, I let it dry for like 30 seconds to a minute. Lastly, gonna finish off with this Road Barrier Cream. This just kind of like locks everything in. Go over my lips as well, and then I'll put Aquaphor on too. The skincare has basically dried. I waited like 5 minutes, and now on to brows and lashes. I'm just wiping off the like excess moisturizer with this like wet cotton pad. It's like lint free, and we are going to laminate these first. I love doing this the day before I need to get ready. If I do this all the day of, my face is just like too much is going on. So we're gonna do this tonight. That way everything fully sets the day before. So yes, let's do brows. These are what my brows look like right now. I have some remnants of permanent makeup. I have lasered off my brows before because at one point they were too dark, and I have permanent lip makeup. as well. Also, if you're paying $100 and up to get your brows laminated, you're kind of stupid. So I had someone teach me how to do this. She does lashes. Oh, there's little bubbles joining us. So step one, you can buy any of these kits. I use the brand Inlay, and none of this is sponsored. Every single thing in this video was purchased with my own money. Brow lift one. So we're putting it just on our brows. This is gonna stay on for 10 to 15 minutes depending on how thick your hair is. My hair isn't that thick, so I'm gonna do 10 minutes. So be right back. Step one is a perming solution. So while I'm waiting for that to do its thing, I'm gonna clean my lashes. This is just like a solution to make sure there's no oil. So that can dry in the meantime while I do steps 2 and 3. Okay, removing step 1. So the brows should be kind of permed, but now we're kind of going to set them in place. Okay, this is step 2. It's called brow lock. So using another Q-tip. I do this once every like 4 to 6 weeks. You can't do this too often or your hairs will literally fall out. It's kind of like putting chemicals on hair, so you don't want to do it too much. And then this is one thing that you might not have at home, a disposable spoolie, and then you brush them straight up. And this is why I do it the night before, because if I did it the day of, they just won't set properly. You also don't want to get them wet for at least, I mean 24 hours is best, but it's not really realistic, so I do 12 hours. Then after you lay it all out, you put on more. And this stays on for as long as you set the other time. So I would say around, actually it's a little bit less. It's around like 7 minutes. Okay, it's been 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes, not the same amount of time that you had it on. And I took this lint-free cotton round and I'm lightly wiping it off. And so this is the only time that you can use a tiny bit of water. As you can see, now you are able to move your brows any way that you want. I also don't want any of that perming solution, so just make sure you actually get all of it off. Lastly, step 3, and this is the brow like nourishment ointment. It's kind of like Aquaphor or Vaseline, and also a reason why you do it the night before, because if you do this right before going out, you are just going to have shiny eyebrows. And this kind of puts the moisture back, so when you're laminating your brows, it actually dries out the hairs. Anyway, they're done. We're gonna move on to lashes. Okay, onto the lashes. I am not gonna look like a bald baby, so these are the lashes that I really like. I like the brand Wink Click, and I'm using the style N5 in 10, 12, and 14 for like a little cat eye. And then this is the glue that is my all-time favorite. It stays on for a few days. It is definitely the stickiest on the market if you know how to use it right. So those two and a pair of tweezers is what you're going to need. This is what the lashes look like. I have 2 10s, 3 12s, and 1 14. So I map them out ahead of time and I put them on a lash pad. On each single lash, I put a bubble of glue, because for this type of glue to stay for days, you need a good amount. So you have to be patient. There you go. So a good amount of glue, and I'm gonna do this on all of them and let them dry for 5 minutes. A little bit messy with the glue, but they are all prepped and 5 minutes. Can't forget to curl your lashes when you are doing lash clusters. Otherwise, it's really hard to see the base. Okay, now for the application, I am taking the glue. So I tap a little bit at the base, one eye at a time, and then I'll start applying the lashes. I always start with the inner corner first. Okay, so here's one lash, and then I have a mirror next to me that's like tilted upwards so I can see the bottom of my eyelash. This is what it looks like. So I'm gonna go under. I kind of hold my eye a little bit. There. Make sure it's comfy. Don't stick it to your skin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So eye with lashes, eye with no lashes. Makes a big difference. I'm gonna quickly do the other side. Brows and lashes are complete. I feel like this makes the biggest difference. So what I do is just like let everything set. The lashes I haven't pinched together yet. I'm still going to wait 30 minutes. So in the meantime, we are going to get a little night routine down. My face is so shiny from the skincare, but that means I did it right and I have fallen victim to TikTok shop, and apparently this helps you sleep really well, which I really need because I've just been such a bad sleeper. But I tried this 2 days ago and it tasted a little bit earthy for me, but I think my sleep was a little bit better. I put a tiny bit of almond milk in here, and then I'm going to just fill the rest with hot water. And then they said to take away the earthiness, try adding a little bit of salt. So here I have a little Maldon salt. Oh, also they said add a little bit of regular cocoa. So let me do that. And the reason why I'm not drinking regular hot chocolate is because that's just too much sugar. It's 11 p.m. at night. So this is regular cocoa, which is very, very low calorie because it's bitter. And yeah, let's mix this. This is a mug I got on my bachelorette. I think it's so cute. Let's drink this hot cocoa. Let's do a taste test. Oh, it's definitely better. Okay, honest review, I drank a quarter of it and it still tastes bad. So I don't like this, but I'm going to chug maybe like this much more because I want to go to sleep. Because that hot chocolate was so unsatisfying, I realized I had banana pudding in the fridge. So I am eating some. Okay, update since I drank that nighttime cocoa. I am feeling a little bit groggy, but I only drank like a quarter of a serving. So I'm going to have this magnesium glycinate, which I do typically take every single day. And we are going to have good sleep. I'm probably gonna cuddle with Bubbles a little bit on the couch, and I'm gonna put on some cute pajamas, so. Okay, ta-da, I put on this Growlfit matching pajama set, which I think is really cute and comfy. I am halfway done with my glow up, so we're gonna continue this tomorrow. I already look way better than what I started with, so good night, guys. Good morning. I have awakened and we are 9 hours away from fully glowing up. So let's get our day started. So last night before I went to sleep, I pinched my lashes so that they would stay intact and they feel so comfortable. My hair is really disgusting because I haven't washed it in 2 days, but before I drink some of this matcha, I am going to have a scoop of this coconut called for gut health so that we are not bloated tonight. So on the menu for today, we are going to get a gym session in, and then we are going to do this like color gloss thing on my hair. We're gonna do a full Dyson blowout and then my full makeup routine for going out. Cheers. I really love the passion fruit flavor. It's so good. I like to have a little bit of something in my stomach before I drink this. It definitely helps. But okay, let's get our day going. "30 minutes of weight training complete, and now I'm going to do 30 minutes of incline walking on the treadmill." On to the fun part of the glow up. I am doing this hair, and I haven't tried this specific color. It's called Mocha. So I use a good amount of this stuff. I got my hair highlighted and dyed, like it's been a month now. So I feel like this just gives it the extra gloss that it needs. I really get into the roots and blend it out to the ends. And then I leave it on for around 15 minutes. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Let's wash this out of my hair. That shower felt really nice, and I accidentally got a little water on my lashes, so I'm just going to pinch them, and then a really light moisturizer, so this will go really under the full makeup look that we are going to do. And then I'm gonna lather my entire body with this cream. Okay, I'm gonna roughly towel dry my hair before we go in and rough blow dry it as well. Almost forgot, I love using this K18 mask, and I use a lot of it, and I go in from like my mids to the ends, and I'm going to blow dry my hair until it's like 90% dry before we go in with the Dyson. My hair is like 90% dry, so we are going to go in with the Dyson airwrap. Okay, sectioned out the hair, so I'm going to work on the bottom. Then I'm switching out the hair tool to the barrel. It's easier to work in sections at a time if you just like go around your head, which I do have a lazy method for doing this, but since this is a full glow up in 24 hours, we're gonna do it right. Okay, we are on to the last section. And this is when you kind of just fluff everything and make sure it looks good. And we're gonna get any little strands that we might have missed. And I'm gonna do my front pieces. The best, most affordable hairspray ever, the Tresemme Extra Hold. This hair will actually last me for days. It's a little poofy, but everything will come down to look really, really good in a few hours. There are some little strands that, like this one. Okay, it's still very puffy and it looks very done, but in a few hours, it's going to look very effortless. But yeah, let's go do some makeup. Okay, finally, it's 4:30. We're on the last stage of the physical glow up. And anytime I start my glam, I'm just really self-conscious of my under eye circles, and I like to cover them up first. I'm using Peach by Huda. And then for nighttime foundation, I'm going to be using Fenty in 300. I use the matte foundation, just stippling it around. Now onto the contour, I'm using this Dior stick, sculpted stick in 03 medium. And then we are going to go in with this cream blush called Worth. I like this for nighttime. It's a little bit rosy, and don't worry if the blush or the contour looks a little bit crazy because we didn't do the concealer yet, and that will just kind of blend and even everything out as everything goes together. So it's looking a little patchy right now. Born This Way, natural beige, full coverage concealer, holy grail for years. I like using a good amount. So we're going in at the darkest spots and then a little lift. So yeah, already looking a little bit more even. Beauty blender time. Gonna go in on my forehead first, and I actually forgot to do my eyeshadow first. I do prefer to do my eyeshadow before I put the under eye concealer. So also with the concealer, I'm going around my smile lines, like using the excess, which is why I don't like put it all over my face. If you do have any blemishes, this is the time to like put a little extra, putting it around my lips. And then under the contour to kind of even everything out. Aquaphor secret to not having crusty lips. Like if you're gonna kiss a boy, make sure your lips are not chapped and not crusty because that's not cute. Flawless setting spray. I like to spray in between passes. It just keeps the makeup from looking like a cake. I got this like a few weeks ago and I'm almost done with it. That's how much I like it. you want compliments on your makeup, you are going to wait till this dries because you will actually have flawless skin. I do want to put on a tiny bit of eyeshadow. Hourglass palette. I'm just going to use the lighter shades. This is the Hourglass. I bring this on vacation. It has two mattes and two shimmers. So the color is still light and it kind of opens the eye a little bit. Okay, we're going to bake and set. This is so important. Like anyone who just leaves it like this, you're gonna look shiny. The makeup is gonna go everywhere. So I'm not over baking, but something to mattify everything. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finishing Powder. This is a staple. You're gonna use it to kind of like dust off the excess powder on your face and then just blend everything together. You can dust some on your neck. Do not do too much powder. Otherwise, you're gonna photograph ashy. Let's do a tiny bit of nose contour. Follow the edges of your nose and bring it up kind of near the eyebrow. And then I kind of like going a little bit here. It looks a little bit crazy right now. And then I use my fingers and I just blend it even more. Okay, we're gonna go in and contour our cheekbones just a little bit, nothing crazy. So we're gonna do a little bit on the cheeks, tiny bit of winged eyeliner. So we're gonna take the eye and just wing it out. I think that looks good. Okay, next we're going in with blush. So with that like finishing powder, she's blushing and just to the apples. This Hermes highlighter has been a staple of mine for quite some time, and just a little bit. Okay, and then also just tip of the nose and the littlest line. So you have like the cutest nose. When you're going out, I think a mistake a lot of girls make is that they do so much on the top of their eyes, but they don't enhance the bottom of their eyes. Because to me, that actually opens up your eye even more. So I'm using the one size liner. I'm putting a little on like a brush. I'm gonna dab it out on my hand first and then kind of go a little bit, a tiny bit under the eye. Now for my favorite part, the lips. So we're always overlining the top. I'm using a Huda Beauty lip liner, and then do this so you don't look like a clown. Since the lips are a little bit like too pinkish, I'm gonna go in with kind of like a browner, slightly shimmery gloss. Okay, and then if you want this all to stick, we're going back in with the spray and doing one more spritz. Letting that dry. Okay, just making sure my brows are perfection because I really do feel like the brows frame your face. We're going in with a tiny bit more powder because with the spraying, I do feel like it gets a tiny bit more shiny, and you're only gonna go in T-zone around the nose, around your contour, and then that is it. This is my final makeup look. What do you think? Okay, so now that I feel like I look good, my hair looks good, my face looks good, my skin feels good, I'm gonna go get dressed. Okay, I got dressed, and this is the date outfit. I don't like to wear anything like too revealing. I have this off the shoulder Aritzia top. I don't remember where these like tailored shorts are from. And then I have some tights. I'm gonna wear flat boots because it is raining. And then I have this Hermes belt. Hi Bubbles. Guys, this is the boy that I was getting ready for. I'm just kidding. We're actually gonna go out. But Bubbles, who are we seeing tonight? Do you know who we're seeing tonight? But he's actually the best boy in my life. Forgot to pack my bag, and I'm not gonna bring anything. I'm just gonna bring this little tiny bag that's going to fit the tiniest lip gloss. And I know we did a full 24-hour glow up physically, but I do have a video out on how to fully glow up and be like the best version of yourself, like physically, mentally, like your dream body, all of that. So check that out if you're interested in. And now let's go do a date reveal. After 24 hours of glowing up, this is who I glowed up for. My husband of 3 years. And now he has to take me on a date. So where are we going?
Cafe Chelsea.
So when you spend 24 hours on glowing up for someone, they better treat you well.